Hey everybody, happy Friday. Thanks for joining us for more Parsha wine pairing here at Kosherwine.com. Good morning, hope you all are doing well, feeling well, ready to drink some wine and talk about the Parsha a little bit and about some other stuff we have going on. Remember to like and share this video and to use the code Parsha7 for 7% off on all our Parsha wines. We still have the Parsha case going. Hope you guys will buy that, and remember to use the code for an extra 7% off. How you doing, David?
I'm doing well, Jared, and welcome everyone on Instagram as well. We're live on
Instagram.
Facebook. Instagram, where, like last week, I don't think we looked enough at the Instagram camera, so hopefully you guys didn't feel left out, but if you do, I'm sorry. Jared, nice look with the glasses there, and I know we're in November, so is there a mustache coming?
Well, if you guys notice, I usually have a little bit of facial hair, but I've shaved this month, November, for Men's Health. I'll be growing. You guys will see me growing a mustache as I did last year. Talk about that another time, but remember to donate also to that great cause for Men's Health.
All right.
But yes, so fresh new look and fresh new wine.
Yes. What's this week's Parsha, Jared? Let's kick it off with that.
This week's Parsha is Chayei, which is in English for
the life of Sarah, which
Okay.
is which actually opens with her passing away.
Right, so this week's Parsha, Chayei, actually, ironically, is about the death of Sarah, Abraham's wife. Abraham and Sarah, as you know, are the founding mother and father of the Israelites, of the Jewish people. And so Sarah dies, and Abraham bewails her for 7 days. We learn about how to sit Shiva properly in Judaism from Abraham's example. And Abraham goes to buy a cave, the Machpelah, to bury Sarah. And some other things happen too. He finds a wife for Isaac. We learn about matchmaking in this too. And so there's a lot going on, Isaac and Rebecca, but all about the life of Sarah, who sadly dies, but she lives to a ripe old age. So the Parsha wine for this week.
All right, and before we just jump into that, with the events that happened last week in Pittsburgh, and we got close ties to Pittsburgh. Our roots are in Pittsburgh. That's where the company was founded. So obviously our thoughts and prayers go out to the families and the community there. It's, the Parsha kind of ties in. I know last week it happened on Shabbos, but again, we're talking about celebrating life, but also with passing, and may all their, may their
Neshama's having an
have an
aliyah.
aliyah and be for a blessing. So
And may all their families be comforted among the mourners of
so they would have,
Jewish
probably would have been standing up for Shiva today.
Again,
next week.
I actually wanted to wear my Penguins shirt today,
Right,
but
they
I also didn't want to upset any of our Caps fan viewers or anyone else.
Caps
but,
fans are delighted because they're the reigning Stanley Cup champs, so you wouldn't have offended anyone.
Yeah. Penguins
right.
also have 5, yeah. But.
All right. Okay, so, as a Canadians fan with most Stanley Cups,
You guys just
I'm
beat
good.
them last
Right.
night, too.
But back to the Parsha and wine pairing. Sorry for that little detour. So we have the De La Rosa.
We have a brand new wine for you guys, the De La Rosa.
It's the Chayei 18.
Chayei 18 Riesling Italico, which De La Rosa we've never featured before. This is also an Austrian wine.
And
So we're
it's
going
organic.
way up out there. And it's organic, free trade, fair trade, so all that good stuff. But it's organic, and it's kosher, and it's the Star K too. Shout out to Judah Holland. You don't see a lot of Star K on a lot of kosher wines. Not that you don't ever, but it's not typical.
Right. So
right?
this here you can take a look at the label right there. Riesling, definitely an Austrian varietal that's that they're known for. So we're going to go ahead and give this a taste. But let's talk about the connection a little bit. So
the connection, Chai in Hebrew means life. So Chai 18, and 18 is the gematria of life in Hebrew. There's a lot of special significance to 18. But so Chai, we're celebrating Sarah Imanu's life, and life in general, the life of, the beauty of life. Life is going to be this week's Torah Parsha, and again.
And also, Sarah lived to be 127, and this is a 2017 vintage, so it has all those numbers in there. Side note.
A lot of Kabbalistic things going on in this one.
I don't know
a lot of
how
gematrias.
Kabbalistic
Gematria,
it is.
excuse me.
Stuff, yeah. All right, so we got a Riesling here.
Okay. It's got a very nice typical Riesling.
It's got a nice nose. It's even a little bit
Okay.
sweeter than your typical Riesling.
Yeah. And this is called a dry too.
And it's dry Riesling. I'd be surprised if we don't get any sweetness on the palate, but that happens sometimes.
Okay, let's go. I'm in. This is very nice. I get a lot of ripe apples and some like nectarines and exotic fruits.
Yeah, and it's one of those wines that also tastes like green grapes a little bit. Mm-hmm. So or raisin. It's different than, let's say, your California Riesling or even your Israeli Riesling or some of the other
Israeli Riesling, yeah.
kosher Rieslings that are out there. It's dry. It's definitely a dry Riesling. It doesn't have that like kind of maybe that like oily petrol kind of texture that you typically get on some of the other Rieslings. It's somewhat crisp. Mm-hmm. Not extremely crisp, but it's got a little bit of a crispness to it. It's pleasant. It's easy drinking, and especially for the community that look for organic, vegan stuff and things like that. This is I think the only Riesling we have listed with those certifications. Yeah. Doesn't mean that other ones aren't organic or vegan, but this one has certifications. So it's it's definitely a good option. What else are you getting on this?
It's got a very roundness to it. On nose, it's well balanced. I get a little of herbiness, kind of, like and a little bit of like some sage, rosemary, hints of it. Very subtle, but I think this like really lends to the terrain of the terroir. Excuse me, terroir of Austria, because we don't think we've even tried anything from Austria up until now in this series.
Right, I think these are the only wines. Yeah, I think these are the only wines that we carry from Austria, and we had the Sauvignon Blanc and Riesling for a while, but right now we have the whole line of De La Rosa, like pretty much I think all their wines, if not all, most of their wines. They have reds, whites, sweet, ice wine. They have a nice range. So if you're in the market for organic, vegan wines, check them out, De La Rosa.
And every one of their labels has something Jewish or Kabbalistic,
like Shari Bina and then
Haskalah or
it's hard to remember.
There's a lot of stuff. Maybe it'll
Simcha something.
Yeah, you'll probably find it again soon, sometime in the series. Who knows? We just might.
We'll see how it works in. All right, very nice. So good easy drinking wine, nice stuff. De La Rosa. So again, this is the label. Mm-hmm. A lot of their labels are very similar.
And let's show them the back too, with all these different like hechsherim and stuff. Turn it around, maybe. Well, I don't know. You guys will be able to see it up, but you can see all those different ones, vegan, and all that.
All right. Okay. Now next week. Next week.
This is really growing on me fast.
Yeah, it's a nice wine.
Yeah.
Next week
is Parsha Toldot.
And the wine we will be featuring next week
is Twin Sons Reserve Malbec. Courtesy of Twin Sons out in California.
Yep.
And Ami will join us maybe next week.
Yeah, hopefully. And stay tuned because we also have some promotions coming up this month in November. We're going to have a lot of promotions on Twin Sons, so stay tuned for that. This is also included in the mixed case for the Parsha wine pairing. Twin Sons is produced at Shira Winery in California by the Weiss brothers. So if you like their wines, you'll probably like these as well. Same winemakers.
Gabe and Shimon also.
Yeah, Gabe and Shimon Weiss brothers, yeah. So they can also join us. We've had a Shira wine before. They've joined. So we're looking forward to trying this. This is the Malbec. It's been out of, right? The Malbec, it's been out of stock for a while. Now it's back. New packaging. So if you don't recognize the label.
New label.
Yeah, if you don't recognize it, it's because they redid it. Very much looking forward to that. All right, guys.
Absolutely.
So, thanks for sticking out and hanging out with us here today, live from Kosherwine.com. This is David and Jared wishing you a good Shabbos and looking forward to...
show up for Shabbat.
Everyone, go out to Shul this week in solidarity and support.
Okay, good Shabbos, everyone. God bless.
Shabbos.